Ladies and gentlemen, where is Fred Okengo Matian'Gi? Fred Okengo Matian'Gi was the former Interior CS, the Super CS who coordinated Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's projects. He is the one who supervised most of the projects. When William Samoei Ruto could not agree with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, it is Fred Matian'Gi who stepped in. Huyo ndiye ambaye alichukua hatamu na akachukua majukumu yote ambayo William Samoei Ruto alikuwa ayafanye. And just the other day, we heard the police invading his current home. Na kuna wakati wengine ambapo alikuwa amedai kwamba polisi walikuwa wamevamia nyumbani kwake. But in the second time, when they invaded the home, what they were able to do, they were able to break into the house, and there was a lot of destruction of properties. And after that, Fred Matian'Gi was summoned by the DCI. But the funny thing is that he did not turn up. He refused to go. And his lawyer, Dunstan Omari, who has turned out to be a very intelligent lawyer, a very brilliant lawyer, a very good defender of the downtrodden, the people who seems to be the victims of William Samoei Ruto's government, Dunstan Omari is coming out as the defender of these people. So he said that according to the summon, it was not signed by the person who had summoned him, and it did not even have the stamp of the Director of Criminal Investigation. So that is why he could not go. Again, what followed today is that the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission instructed the Public Service Commission to provide certified certificates of Fred Matian'Gi's declaration of wealth since 2012 up to 2022. And it is during this time that they realized that Matian'Gi was not in the country. Matian'Gi left the country on 19th, I understand, at midnight with his family. And it is not clear where he went. The destination is not known. And the funny thing, he also used a cargo plane. So he did not use the passenger's plane. He used the cargo plane. So the big question is, where is Fred Matian'Gi? And why did he have to seek asylum in another country? Why is he going on exile? Is he going on a self-imposed exile? Because when you look at what has been happening in this government, William Samoei Ruto's government has turned out to be very vengeful government. And I pity some of these guys who were in Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the guys who are very powerful. And when I listened to the way William Samoei Ruto has been talking, immediately he took over power, the way he was able to throw Kinoti out of office, the way he was able to embarrass and humiliate Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's cabinet, when he called them and chaired the cabinet, and you could see them, you could see Matian'Gi scratching his head kwa aibu kutokana na vile ambavyo hakuwa kielewana. Remember people like Jomo Shero and many others, people who were in Uhuru Muigai's cabinet. If there's somebody who has been having a sleepless night, it is Fred Okengo Matian'Gi. So where is he, and what were the reasons that made him fled the country, if at all he has fled the country? So if you're joining this channel for the first time, this is Skyman TV, the Towards Man Black Africa. Remember to like this video, comment, and you can also subscribe if you're not subscribed. So the first thing is that Matian'Gi strongly believed that his life was in danger. Na ndio sababu akatoroka. Ndio sababu akahamia nchi nyingine kulingana duru ambazo tunaweza kusema ni za kuaminika. Ndio sababu akaona kwamba he cannot wait to deal with the government, because you see, in the past, this country has had assassinations. You remember J.M. Kariuki, who was assassinated and his body was found in Gong Forest. You remember Robert Ouko. You remember Tom Boyer, Pio Gama Pinto. You remember Musado, and so many people who have their lives disappear mysteriously. People like Jacob Juma, wengi ambao wamewahi kufa wakapotea na kusahaulika. But kile tunajua ni kwamba he felt that he was not safe in Kenya, so he had all the reasons to seek asylum. You remember in this video, one of my videos in this channel, that I said that I believe I would advise Matian'Gi to seek asylum in another country. And through coincidence, I don't know whether it's just a coincidence, he was able, I believe, to leave the country. And if we leave this country for good, the better. But I can assure you one thing. One day, Matian'Gi will be the president of this country. One day, and I repeat, one day, Fred Matian'Gi atakuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Because what I believe, what William Samoei Ruto is doing, without knowing, is to build Matian'Gi politically, is to make him popular. And the way a person is attacked in Kenya, the way he is, he becomes a darling of the people. And that is how William Samoei Ruto was able to get the support of many people. Kulingana na vile ambavyo vilionekana ya kwamba serikali ya Jubilee ni kama ilikuwa inamkashifu, ni kama ilikuwa inamuonea, ni kama it's like the government was harassing him. And I can tell you that why not for Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, I think maybe this man, I don't know where he would be, but what I can say is that the other reason why I think Matian'Gi left the country is because he was being harassed by the government. All said and done, the summons is kind of harassment, if you ask me. The invasion of his home is harassment, if you ask me. And I know, maybe he was receiving calls, I don't know, but I believe he cannot just live like that. He cannot just leave the country like that. Lazima kutakuwa na sababu ambazo zimemfanya akatoroka na kahamia nchi nyingine, na akaona kwamba hawezi kukojea yale ambayo anapitia. Again, there is what I would call psychological torture. This man, since Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta handed over power to William Samoei Ruto, kuna mateso ambayo tunaweza kuyaita mateso ya kisaikolojia, ambapo anaweza hata akapatwa na what I would call depression. Anaweza akapatwa na mzogo wa mawazo kwa sababu ya vile ambavyo every time he feels that he'll be arrested, anytime he would feel that the president would send his men to revenge, maybe because of the way he was dealing with William Samoei Ruto when he was the deputy president, maybe the way he was used by the deep state, maybe the way, when in government, there are so many things that happens in government, na kile watu ambapo wanafaa kujua ni kwamba serikali huwa na siri nyingi. Serikali huwa na mambo mengi ambayo yanafanyika na huenda hata wananchi wasijue hata siku moja. The other reason why I believe Matian'Gi left the country is because of his family. He felt that he need to protect his family. His family comes first. He felt that even if he's not harmed, there's need to keep his family away from this government. Kwa sababu kulingana na vile ambavyo tunaona, the fact that he was the interior CS, he is privy to so many information, a lot of secrets that happens in this country. Lazima awe anajua mambo mengi ambayo yalikuwa yakifanyika pale. Vile vile anajua ni vizuri, ni lazima awe anajua siri nyingi za William Samoei Ruto. I'm sure he knows so many secrets. And the fact that he knows so many secrets, I believe, unajua sasa mtu ambaye anajua siri nyingi za mtu ambaye ana mamlaka, ana nguvu, anaweza kuwa katika hatari kubwa. Hatari kubwa inaweza kuwa imemzingira. The other thing why I think this man left is because maybe he feels that he had made so many enemies. I'm saying that if there's one person who knew the secret of this country, it is Fred Matian'Gi. If there's one person who made so many enemies, it is Fred Matian'Gi. Kuna watu ambao hataki kumsikia. When you look at the way somebody like Gachagua has been talking about the way they had been harassed, when you listen to William Samoei Ruto, when you listen to people like Miguna, who is celebrating, then you agree with me that Matian'Gi had made so many enemies. And these enemies, they can harm him. They can easily harm him because you don't know who can harm you. So the best thing was to take what I would call self-exile. Again, there's this issue of allegations of corruption. And he felt that maybe he could end up in jail, would be arrested. Because you remember the way Dennis Itubi keeps on referring to him as Waraka lad thief. This is very bad for sure. A country that does not respect its seniors. A country that does not respect its readers. People who have brought a lot of transformation in this country. It is something about that doesn't add up well. Ni jambo ambalo linazua maswali mengi kuhusu utawala wa William Samoei Ruto. Ni jambo ambalo linazua maswali mengi kuhusu nchi ya Kenya. Kwa sababu ukiangalia utapata ya kwamba even if he was involved in corruption, the best thing was maybe to use the legal means, not to embarrass him, not to abuse him all the time. Because this is what I'm calling psychological torture. This is what I'm calling destroying somebody's reputation. Kwa sababu kila wakati unaitwa mwizi, hukumbuka ni baba wa watoto fulani, ni mjomba wa watu fulani, hata ni babu labda wa mtu fulani. Na kila wakati unaona akiitwa mwizi. I think it was not the best thing. I think this is the wrong approach that William Samoei Ruto used. Na unajua jambo moja ambalo tunaweza tukasema ni kwamba mchiba kisima huingia yeye mwenyewe. Kwa sababu siku moja leo uko hapa, kesho utakuwa you not be in power. Power is transient. You have always opined this channel kwamba kingdoms rise and win, but the truth will always remain. The other thing is that I believe he felt that the government had to revenge. William Samoei Ruto, maybe one way or the other, he was offended by Matian'Gi, and maybe he felt that this man was going to revenge. The president was going to punish him severely. Even if Uhuru was to talk to William Samoei Ruto not to punish these guys, I believe that William Samoei Ruto cannot easily listen to this kind of advice or this kind of issues. I believe that he was running away from William Samoei Ruto. I believe he was running away from Rigathi Gachagua. I believe he was running away from the DCI. I believe he was running away from so many people, maybe who did so many things, and he felt that these guys had all the time to revenge. Remember, maybe he had even the power to demote some even county commissioners, even do so many things, and now these guys are in power, and you can see why he had to leave this country. Maybe another reason, maybe he could have left the country. Maybe he got a job outside the country, which could be a good thing. But I don't think this is a possibility. But I would not rule it out that he can get a job. Remember, before he joined the government, he was working at the University of Nairobi. And Matian'Gi, Dr. Matian'Gi, is one person who is very much committed to his duties. Is one person who doesn't leave any table unturned. Is somebody who works to achieve goals. Is somebody who is self-driven. Is somebody who is loved by so many Kenyans. So I believe even people outside the country, they could actually support him and maybe give him a job. Again, when I look at him, I believe he feared witch hunting. Because when you look at what has been happening to this government, there has been a lot of witch hunting. And I believe even Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, this government is going to go for him. The way they have been trying to even link him, associate with things that maybe don't add up. Because today I had some people trying to link him with the China Square, which is very, very funny. So they'll drag his name everywhere. And again, when you look at the NAS guys, they leave a lot to be decided because how did Matian'Gi leave the country without their knowledge? How? Tell me. How was he able to outwit them? Because I believe William Samoei Ruto could not have allowed Fred Matian'Gi to leave the country before maybe doing some things, before maybe revenging. Kwa vile ambavyo alitoroka, alihepa na kutoka na kwenda just is something that is very, very interesting. And it puts to question the effectiveness, the efficiency of the National Intelligence Service. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, I would say that from where I sit, Matian'Gi should seek asylum in another country. This is Skyman TV, the Talisman Black Africa. Kindly like this video and comment, and may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.